Hey love, Divine and Binary here. I am back to talk about limiting beliefs, but I am not even talking about something dramatic like I cannot achieve this is not possible for me, or in my family this never was the case. No, not that kind of limiting beliefs, but those very small and very active and very logical things that prevent you from doing what it is you want to do. And it's also very interesting because those only work with something you want to do. Because when you are doing something you're not enjoying, then the belief is that you have to do it, right? Like I hate my job, but I can't not do it, right? And then you do it. But I love going outside, and then you don't do it. Why? Do you have something like that? Take a second just to bring up maybe a last situation to your consciousness where you wanted to do something and you didn't do it because you believed there was a reason not to do it. And just look at it and try to see if it was true or not. I'm gonna use very simple example. There are a lot that I can think of. I personally started this thought in my head started when I was about to record videos, and then I was like, oh no, I'm too tired. And then I got less tired after a nap, and I was like, oh no, now it's too late, now I'm hungry. So it's kind of like all those things make sense, right? If you don't have energy, you cannot exert the energy. Or if you're hungry, you have to eat. All of these things that our brain finds to stop us from doing something we love, they're all true. But again, I invite you to look at the situations where you are doing something you think you have to do. How suddenly none of those are an issue. So the block or the obstacle within those fundamentally is not between for something mandatory there not being any obstacles, right? And for or reasons against it. And for something you like, there are reasons. They're both present here and there, but just one thing you believe you cannot postpone or cancel, and another thing you believe you can postpone or cancel. And reasons for that can be just endless. Why? Because when the brain decides on something, chooses something, some kind of truth, it's kind of like baseline operational standard, then the brain does what? Goes out and looks for the proof, for supporting arguments. That's why a lot of things in life might feel, especially things that we want to change, they feel kind of like a constriction. Like, I wish I could change that, but I cannot because I tried and it never worked, or just every time you try, basically your brain comes up with an excuse as to why you cannot do that. So I want you to look at some places in your life where you are not allowing yourself to do something and to choose differently. And it doesn't have to be a very big thing. What has to happen first is the understanding that, first of all, let's say if we're discussing going outside, right? It's good for your health. It's very good for your health. And coming from a person who does not go outside so often. Again, bringing up all these kinds of excuses. But what's interesting for me is like, actually, I go when the most excuses are piled up. I'm like, I cannot go because it's cold, because it's raining, because I'm tired, blah, blah, blah. And the more of those I gather, I'm like, wow, I'm done with going out, because none of those are true. So find this place where something that you want in itself is an easy thing. I'm not telling you to be like, yeah, I want to be a pilot, but I cannot because currently I'm studying in art school and, and also don't have money or whatever. I don't know. Don't choose a big thing. Choose a small thing that by itself requires just doing it. But then notice the arguments you come up with and reasons to not do it. Essentially, I would say, all right, because you are not seeing it as necessary. You know that you can cop out. Now, the next layer to it, and this is the very juicy gossip. Did I say? Deeper layer is actually that you don't value yourself and you don't value your happiness and your enjoyment. And that's why you are not allowing yourself to receive good things life has to offer. And how I know that is because you're stopping yourself from doing that thing you want to do. And of course, you're not doing it consciously. It's subconscious. It's something that almost became a habit. And anything that becomes a habit cannot be conscious. So it's going on the autopilot in your body. And that we'll discuss another time. But once you realize that having good life is a priority, that you are a priority in your life, and that receiving the well-being is a priority and that you deserve to receive that well-being, that's when you can start seeing those situations one by one through a different lens. And maybe you will not change them all at once, maybe it will take time, but at least you will start see this unfolding of things that you thought were like solid and unmovable, to actually see it for a cardboard wall it is, that there's nothing behind. There's nothing behind this limitation. It's just a poster they can just remove and go for what you want. And yeah, I encourage you to try that when you're ready. Do it when you're ready, because that's the only way for you to do anything. That's what we do in life. We wait till we're ready and then we do it. Sometimes it's 1 second, sometimes it's 10 years. And only you know when you're ready. All right? Have a great whatever. I don't know. I forgot all the words. See you again sometime soon.